This is the 2025 Ford F450, and it's the Platinum model, which is the most luxurious and the most expensive version of any Ford Super Duty ever built. We're going to take you on a full tour of this one here today. Now, right off the bat here, this does have the high output powerstroke diesel engine, best-in-class horsepower, best-in-class torque. It's also going to come with that 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, this truck is finished in star white metallic, which looks amazing, especially with the Platinum model here. And you'll notice with the front end, does have the Platinum Plus package. And with that Platinum Plus package, you get the satin chrome finish there to the front grille, as well as these gorgeous LED projector headlights. You got your fog lights down there, as well as the parking sensors along that bumper. Gorgeous, gorgeous truck here. Now we'll come around to the side. You'll notice here you do have the body matched fender flares, which are going to be exclusive to the F450 models. And you're also going to notice the wheel and tire is a little different than your standard Super Duty. So the F450 is a bit more of a commercial grade truck, so the wheels and tires are actually going to be more commercial rated. So this is a Continental, definitely more like traction tire focused version here. It's also got the 19.5-inch wheels, which are forged aluminum, so they're incredibly strong. It's meant to handle that extra weight and payload there. And again, with those Continental tires, also meant to handle the extra weight. Here's going to be your F450 badging on the side there with your powerstroke logo below. Chrome mirror caps, these are going to be power extending, power folding, they're heated, they have the blind spot detection in them, so it's a very nice mirror there. And of course you got your 8-foot box here, which does come standard. Ford also includes these, the bed side step as well. They've done that the past couple of years. This truck also has the FX4 off-road package, definitely a very desirable option here. It does give you the skid plates underneath, as well as a couple of additional drive modes there. Now, taking a look at the rear, F450s are offered in dual rear wheel only. So you got your 2 tires in the back here, which does definitely helps with payload. It also dramatically improves the stability when towing. These are meant to be hauling weight, so Ford builds them for that purpose. So they got the 2 wheels in the back here. Again, forged aluminum for that outer tire there, and the Continental tires. You do have marker lights on the side here because these trucks are very wide, so legally they actually have to have the lights because they're technically commercial vehicles. Same with the one right back there. Again, these are very wide trucks, so Ford actually has to add those lights there. Again, you do have the Platinum badging right on the back there. Now, if you go ahead and lower down the tailgate, it is fully power, which you'll notice there is great. You'll notice you do have a spray-in liner on this truck, so it's a factory spray-in. Definitely the way to go if you want to keep the bed protected. It's also going to have your points back here for the 5th wheel or gooseneck. So it does have the prep package for either style hitch setup. Definitely a must-have feature here. In a truck like this, you're going to be towing a lot of weight, so you got to have that prep package, which does give you the mounts as well as the auxiliary connections there. Also in the bed, box lighting, and also lots of different tie-down points. Now let's go ahead and we'll take a look inside here. You'll notice right off the bat here, these seats actually look a little different than your typical Platinum. Typically, they're black, maybe like a dark blue, but this actually has a lighter brown interior. That's because Ford actually got rid of the limited trim level. They completely removed it from the F-Series lineup, and they introduced the new Platinum Plus package, which this truck does have. So you get the Platinum Plus package. It's going to give you the smoked truffle leather interior. That is the colorway for this interior. So it's a nice kind of dual two-tone brown here, which looks amazing. These seats are incredibly comfortable. They're massaging, they're heated and cooled. They have the adjustable shoulder support there, so it's just a very comfortable place to be, especially, Ford knows you're going to spend a lot of time in the truck, so they do build these seats for comfort as the priority. Also, I do want to show you the payload rating for this truck because we're just a hair under 5,000 pounds here, but 4,800 pounds for this truck, which is very impressive, especially for the Platinum model. It's got the leather, it's got the all technology, which typically would reduce the payload because it makes it a heavier truck, but Ford managed to give you a very impressive payload rating, almost 5,000 pounds. Very impressive there. Also on the door panel, you notice you got the quilted leather just like you have on the seats there. Looks amazing. Black speaker grills, which actually is a pretty new addition to the F-Series lineup, and I like that a lot. Definitely blends in very well there. Well, let's go ahead and move inside. I'll kind of show you some of the features of the interior of this truck. We'll fire it up here. Again, it does have that high output powerstroke diesel, which is going to produce best-in-class power. So you get 500 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. So incredible power from this high output powerstroke diesel. And what's cool about this engine, it's actually available in every single trim level of the Super Duty. So unlike other brands where they kind of limit you have to spend more money to get more power, Ford allows you to build an XL, which is the base model, but you can fit it with the higher output diesel engine, which is pretty cool. So it's really nice that Ford does offer that. It does come standard here with your Platinum Plus model. But moving around to the rest of the interior, you'll notice right off the bat, I mean, the materials in this truck are just exceptional. I mean, even like the grab handle here, typically it's just your plastic, but it's got a nice leather wrap finish there. Your leather along the kind of like your knee support is very, very high quality. Again, the stitching on the door just looks very, very nice. So Ford really has stepped up their game for the interiors on these trucks. Even the headliner, it's not your cheap cloth. It's a very nice, soft suede material, and that's for the entire thing. It's a very expensive thing to do, but Ford did that for this truck here. In the middle of the dash, you'll notice 12-inch screen here in the middle, so that's going to be standard across the board for the Platinum. So it's going to feature wireless CarPlay, navigation, all of the above there. It also has your climate control down here. It does include heated and cooled seat buttons, so it's a pretty straightforward design there. Ford did not integrate it in the screen just for simplicity. Again, you can hop in this truck, you can know how to work everything without having to spend days learning about it, which is kind of nice. And then you got your wireless charger down there. Works very well in conjunction with the wireless CarPlay, so you really don't need cables at all there. On the right side, you'll notice you have two different style plugs, so 12 volt and then your full-size plug. This does have the Pro Power on board system. So that's going to be a 2 kilowatt or a 2000 watt inverter system, and that does come standard here with the Plus model as well. Of course, we get your full console, lots of storage, nice leather and the wood in the middle, tons of space, wood up top here, dual glove box. I mean, a ton of storage has always been a priority in the Super Duty there. There's also now have a heads-up display, which is not new for this year, but it's pretty new for the Super Duty. So you have a heads-up display there, which you can configure, and it changes based on the drive modes as well. Very comfortable steering wheel. Of course, you got your Platinum branding down there. It is heated, fully digital gauge cluster, and up top you also have the panoramic sunroof. And then taking a look into the rear seat area of this F450. Again, this is going to be your Super Crew cab, which is going to be the most popular because you're going to get a ton of space back here. Especially you get the nice leather seats, which are also heated. So this is a very, very comfortable place to be. And again, you do have that massive sunroof, which makes it feel even more open. You also have some chargers back here, both USB and another full-size plug there. You got your carpet mats, which of course are Platinum branded. They got the matching kind of piping and stitching that goes around them. Those are your wheel caps. Those are currently just waiting to be installed here. Those do go on the insides of the wheels there, just to cover up the center part. And then also your mud flaps, definitely a nice accessory to have there. And then lastly, we'll take a look at the window sticker for this F450. So right at the top there, you're going to have 450 Platinum. That's going to be your 176-inch wheelbase, which is that crew cab 8-foot box. Star white color. Here's the option list. So that Platinum Plus is definitely going to be most notable there at about $6,800. Powerstroke diesel engine is also an upgrade there. And then here is the total MSRP. So this is a very, very expensive truck. $138,290. But I do want to make very clear, this truck is a Canadian truck, so we're in Canadian dollars here at McPhee Ford in Nova Scotia, Canada. So if you're comparing this truck to one in the States, it will be more expensive, but nonetheless, a very, very expensive truck. So that is the 2025 Ford F450 Platinum. If you're interested in this truck here, you can reach out to us, give us a call, or visit our website, mcpheeford.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.